Hey Metal Maniacs, this is Bjorn from Circle of Silence and you're listening to Dave Softees Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio.
Alrighty, Metal Maniacs, here we go. Please help me welcome back to Metal Messiah Radio, hailing from Heilbronn, Germany, bassist Björn Boehm of Circle of Silence. Welcome back, bro. Thank you for taking the time to be here. How have you been?
Fine, thanks. I'm very glad to be back on your show. Thanks for having me. And yeah, I'm doing fine. Great to be back.
It's hard to believe it's already been 4 years since our last opportunity to do this. How has the past 4 years been for you?
Band-wise, not that much happened because we have a little break. To me personally, I have a lot of changes. I lost some weight, and yeah, was a big task for me over the last years.
Oh wow!
Uh,
Congratulations. Was a plan to lose the weight, or are you okay?
yeah, I'm fine. I had too much weight to carry around, and there was a point we had a concert, and I came back from stage and totally exhausted, and that was the point where I decided to that's enough.
Wow. Well, congratulations to you and having the willpower to lose the weight that you needed to lose. And I'm glad to know that your health is good. And I've noticed that it's really great to know this too, that I noticed there's no changes in the band's lineup since our very first time doing this. And that was for the Black and Halo, and then again for the Rise of Resistant releases. And that's outstanding news. And I just want to let the people know who Circle of Silence is. And Nick is still the vocalist, and Tobias is still the guitarist, as well as Chris, and you, of course, on bass, and Pete is the drummer. So it's good to know. That's one positive thing to know, that the band, although you haven't been very busy over the last few years, that you're still together.
I think also that is great because we developed friendship over the years. For me, it's really cool that we still are the same people who founded the band, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
That's excellent. And it's good news that the band is about to unleash its third full offering, The Crimson Throne, on Massacre Records. And you've been with Massacre Records since the very first offering, like I mentioned, the Black and Halo. But I'm not so sure. Is there a scheduled release date for this album?
Right now, there is no 100% confirmed release date, but it will see the light of day in the first 3 months of 2018, I think.
That's great.
Yeah, I can tell you more about it later, but I hope it's early next year.
Very good, very good. Because I had heard from Anya of Massacre. She's the one that emails me about the new releases and promos to check out for interviews. And she knows I'm a fan of yours. And I actually mentioned that what's going on with Circle of Silence. And she says that the new album would be out over this past summer. And I was like really happy about that. But yet I was a little bit bummed because I take a hiatus from the radio for my livelihood during that time because I have no time for it. And then recently talking with her or chatting with her through the emails, she said, no, it's been postponed. And I'm like, okay, great. So she sent me the promos and I checked them out. And of course, I was really happy to hear the Crimson Throne tunes. And so I'm glad to know that we could do this actually before the release date instead of after release date. So in my experience, a lot of the times I'm late in getting with these interviews. So for me, this is a good time to get with you.
The reason why we had to push back the release date is quite simple and not at the same time.
Oh yeah.
The first planned release date was around August, September, and this was before we hit the studio, and it was it was clear that we can make it to that date. And later, the label decided to, okay, let's do it in December 8th, and we thought we thought also we would release it on December 8th, but over the last weeks we had some discussions with the label, and some things are planned. And yeah, I went to the label headquarters and sat down with Thomas, our A&R manager, and he is really, how should I say, he likes the album very much, the new album.
Oh yeah.
And he said, okay, don't don't do release in December. Let's plan a bigger release. Let's make some videos. Let's see if we can do a vinyl edition of the album. Let's see if we can do a little tour for this album.
I see. So he wants to get everything else ready for when the release comes out. He wants to have the videos and the tour dates, and he wants to have more available for the fans before it actually gets released. So that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, right. We had for the December release, we had one lyric video, and now we're looking for options to shoot a real video or two. Depends on how it goes. And yeah, his plan is to bring everything in position, videos before the release, and announce tour, and then release the album. That's the plan.
Definitely.
I hope everything goes well. It could be that there's no tour. Depends on scheduling, you know, and
Wow.
holiday because we're all working, not our job.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate in a way that it's not being released on December 8th because it would be make a really good, holiday gift by for the holiday season. But uh, like you were mentioning, it actually makes sense to delay it so that you have everything else in order. And when you have the release and have everything else in order, it'll be more attractive to your fans. So I totally understand that. So I wish you
yeah.
the best with that.
Yeah, the sad part is I want the people to listen to the album. We wrote the songs over years now, and we recorded them in April, May, and it's time for the people to listen to the songs.
I totally agree, and I've always been a fan of Circle of Silence ever since I first heard of you, and I always called it, power metal plus. For me, when I hear your music, it's definitely more than power metal. There's a lot of thrashy elements to it, and I'm a big fan of your band, and I've been playing some of the promos that I got, so I'm letting the people know that you still are alive and you have this great music, and the people have been enjoying it. To me, like I've told you previously, and I've gotten this feedback from the chat room, that they say your music reminds them a lot of Brainstorm, also from Germany. So that can't be a
Yeah.
bad thing.
No, that's not a bad thing. It's a great band.
Right, yeah, yeah. So let's learn all we can about the Crimson Throne. What studio was this recorded at, and who mixed, mastered, and produced this offering?
Recorded was it in the Sonic Diamond Studios. It's right around the corner here. At first, we had the plan was to make everything in this studio, recording, mix, and master. But after the recording and as the mixing process has started, we decided to change the studio. That's also a reason why we can't release it
I see.
in September. We went to Kohlekeller Studios to Kai Stadenberg. He also made bands like Powerwolf, and he makes a really good sound. We also had made two Dio songs for an Dio compilation with these guys from Kohlekeller Studios, and they're really great. They offer a great deal for mixing and master, and yeah, it worked really well.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with the result.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
it sounds better than the last one.
I think they all sound great, and I can't decide which is my favorite one, but I'm enjoying the Crimson Thorn. I think that the artwork is probably the best and the darkest that I've ever seen for your band, and I'd like to know who actually designed this great cover. It's like a big bat or Dracula with the bloody stuff coming down him. Who designed it?
His name is Francisco Garces. Garci. I don't know. It's a Spanish name.
Oh yeah, okay, Garcia.
um, but he has also an artist name. He's Dibujante Nocturno, and he's a designer from Spain. He did great with the last album, and so we decided, yeah, give it a try. He could make another, and I really like the new artwork. I think also it's the best so far
I agree. Yeah,
from all three albums.
I agree.
I like the red on the cover with all the blood, and I think that really pops.
Just like the new picture that you sent me for the banner for our interview, you're covered in blood.
Yeah.
That's the theme you're going with.
Yes, we always try to make a resemblance of the cover with the photos, and this time we decided to yeah get a little blood on us.
Yeah, it's a pretty.
Last time we made it with chains and a little coal. And the first time on the Blackened Halo, we made it with a blindfold, like on the cover, and yeah, this time blood.
Yeah, it looks good. And recently, in lieu of our interview, I went to what I thought was your official website. That was www.circle-of-silence.de. And when I went to that site, it redirected me to your Facebook site. So I need to know, is that no longer your site, your official website, or what's going on with that site?
We had a website up for the last album, but it got corrupted so many times, and Google blocked our site, and we had to release it from Google so often, and it really gets annoying. And so right now we have just a forward to Facebook.
Okay.
Let's see, maybe we make a little site in the future with some news, but right now, if you wanna check out news from us, the Facebook page is the best source.
All right. So people need to go to facebook.com/circle of silence.
Right?
And I was looking on the shop there, and I didn't notice anything there yet. So I need to ask you, when the album does come out there, when the physical copy, when the vinyl, or even the digital promos are available, where would be the best place for the fans of Circle of Silence to get the merch? Where would you say? Would it be at like Amazon or at the Massacre site or on your Facebook?
CDs and vinyl when it comes, or not, maybe. Um, yeah, you can get it through Amazon or Massacre, and for shirts and stuff, we're working on a solution for a web shop. We hope we can make it for the release, so that you can buy shirts and stuff from us directly. That would be awesome.
That would be great. Yeah, I hope everything works out for you. It sounds like you have a lot to do. Your plate is kind of not full yet, and you really want to get this music out there, but you want everything else to go along with it. So you have a lot of work to do, it sounds like, to get things the
Yeah,
way you want it. Wow, yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Wow, wow, wow. And has the band been playing out to with this music? Have you been out there to do any kind of live performances, or is that something that you're also waiting for to coincide with the Crimson Throne release? Is this something that I think you mentioned that this is something that your AR guy, he wants to have tour dates, and he wants to have the videos, and he wants to have everything in place before the release. So that's understandable. So do you have any information what you're thinking of doing at this time, or is that still another work in progress?
It's mainly work in progress. Uh, we have with two other bands from around here a little package, and we apply to clubs and festivals to play there. We try to get concerts on our own, because when the tour didn't happen, then we have nothing, and that would be really bad. Because we thought we release on December 8th, we have a concert on December 9th, because we think, okay, that's the release show, release
Right,
party.
right.
But right now it's not.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But we play it, yeah, and we have 3 gigs in the first 2 months in 2018. And yeah, the sad thing is, when the tour is happening, we may have to cancel those gigs for the tour, but I hope not. I hope we can play the tour and those gigs. But yeah, that's not that clear. But because I don't know if the tour happens and when it happens and how long it goes, and Yeah, you see, I know nothing.
Wow, that's kind of sad there. Yeah, but you did mention about a lyrical video, and I went onto YouTube earlier, and I was looking for what videos you may have out there, and I didn't see any videos or lyrical videos for the Crimson Throne. So you mentioned that you do have a lyrical video out there. Could you give us more information about this lyrical video? And do you have at this time any sort of input or knowledge about what music videos you may be considering for making for the Crimson Throne?
The lyric video we have is for the song Lionheart, and we are releasing it as we're recording this, I think. Anya said to me she will release it somewhere this week.
Okay,
So
very good. So it's just coming out as we're talking now, which is good to know.
yeah,
Okay, good. Listen, there's times that I miss the videos. I mean, I look for them and I don't see them, and the band will tell me, "Oh, it's there," and then I see it, and then I share it because I didn't see it the first time. So I wanted to be clear with that. So there's one thing I have to tell you: we're gonna have to keep in touch a lot more than we have in the past. For the simple fact is, when you do have the official release, when you do have tour dates, when you do have the videos, you have to let me know or tag me or send me a message so that I could start sharing and spreading the word for you and help promote this beautiful music, the Crimson Throne, and everything related to it. So please keep in touch with me so that I could help do whatever I can to help spread the word, because your music deserves it. I've been a fan since the beginning, and I'm not the only fan, of course. And the people, like I said, are enjoying the music from the Crimson Throne, and I've always enjoyed your music, like I said. So please, definitely keep in touch with me, and I'll do what I can to help promote your band and everything related to it, whether it's videos, the if you do have the vinyl, if you do have more music videos or tour dates, please just keep in touch with me and I'll take care of the rest.
that's great to hear, and I will send you information for sure. Great.
I do appreciate that.
I appreciate that, really.
Oh well, yeah. Well, that's what we do here in the underground. We support each other, because if we don't, then what's the point? We have to all be there to help each other out. You know, like I'm always reminded about this saying back when I was in the restaurant business. I worked for this old Italian guy, and he would say something to me in Italian, and I had no idea what he was saying. But he said to me, "With one hand, what can you do?" And I'm like, "Are you joking? I mean, you could do a lot of things with one hand, but that's kind of dirty." But he said, with two hands, you could wash a face. So his point was, when you have more than one hand, you could accomplish a lot more. And so, yeah, that's what the
Yeah,
underground is to me. You're not doing this alone. With everybody's support, you could accomplish a lot more. And so that's what we're here for.
that's really true. Yeah.
Yeah, so even when you get merch, when you get the more shirts, or when you get patches, or any kind of merch that you want to spread the word on, I'm here to, spread it on my timeline, on the Metal Meltdowns group page, on the Metal Messiah radio page, and other pages. We're here to help out. You deserve the support. You're a very fine band, and I've been a fan for years, and it's kind of sad that you're going through this little bit of a crisis where everything is not all aligned yet for you. It's kind of sad, but I guess that's where the 4 years have been. You've been busy with life and everything else like this, which leads me to ask, what do you do when you're not doing Circle of Silence? What is your livelihood?
We have three software engineers in the band. We have one regular engineer for automotive, and one guy who repairs cars.
There you go.
So that's the jobs that we have. I personally, yeah, I'm also a software engineer, and yeah, that's my day job. And the biggest hobby that I have is the band. Yeah, songwriting, playing gigs. That's that's the way it goes.
I hear you. And it seems a lot of metal people out there that I get with for interviews, a lot of them, majority of them are either in IT or tech or software type of programs. That's their livelihood. So that's cool. That's good news. It's a good livelihood. And
Yeah, that's
yeah, Bjorn, would you like to talk about your bass? I don't know if we've ever had a chance to talk about your bass or basses. So at this time, would you like to mention anything about your bass?
you want to know what I play?
Yeah,
what
of course. Anything that you'd like to talk about your gear, anything, even if you have an endorsement or if you don't, it is what it is. But yeah, talk about what brand you play, what you prefer playing, what you enjoy playing.
when I started, I played Yamaha bass. That was quite okay. It was an okay bass, and over the time I changed from Warwick to Ibanez, and I think Ibanez basses are really good. I play 5 string bass right now. I went to 5 strings for I think for this album around 3 years ago, 3 4 years ago, and I think it's really cool because you have that option of the very deep sound when you need it. You can make the sound more powerful, and my amplifier is from Hughes and Kettner. That's actually my very first bass amplifier, and I still play it, and it still works. Thanks for that. I hope it works the next few years. And yeah, what can I say more? I'm really proud of the bass on the new album because the sound is really cool. I think we found a really cool bass sound, and some bass lines on the album are very cool to play, and I think they're the best bass lines so far, and the sound is good, and yeah, I'm very happy with the bass part of the new album.
I think the album sounds great all around, but I'm very happy that you're happy with the sound of your bass.
I like the opportunity to make a deeper sound with the 5 string bass.
Of course,
I don't use it that often on the album, but you can listen to it when I use it. You can hear it, and I think that's really cool.
I think so too, and I thank you for giving us that information. And it'll make me listen closer to that bass the next time I hear your music. That's for sure, especially on this the Crimson Throne offering. So I thank you for that information. Bjorn, is there anything that you would like to say to your fans that are tuning in at this time?
I want to say sorry that it took so long to make a new album, but we had to take a break from songwriting because we wrote all the albums back to back, and yeah, we had to take a break a bit to recharge our creativity. And so yeah, sorry for that, but we are back. We hope you like the new album. We appreciate every message you send us, and it's crazy because you send us really cool messages and from all around the world, and we're really happy about that. We really appreciate it. We hope you keep in touch with us the next years because I hope Circle of Silence is not coming to an end yet. I want to make more albums. Yeah, thank you for that. I can't say more. Thank you.
That's good news that you want to make more music with Circle of Silence, and I hope it's definitely not the end. I want to I want there to be 5, 6, 7, 8 interviews with you for sure. I'll be here for you as long as I'm here
you know,
doing this. I'll be here for you. You're never gonna have
you
to worry
know,
about that.
there were times over the last 4 years, and when the songwriting has no progress, and then you sit there and think, oh my god, oh, I can't do this anymore, and then there comes a new song out of nowhere, and you think, that's cool, and
That's how
then
it
you have
goes.
new motivation, and yeah,
Yeah, I think that's typical. I mean, that's how it goes. Sometimes you don't have the motivation to get that song done, and then out of nowhere you come up with a great song, and there you go. You get the ball rolling again. So you know, I want to thank you for catching up with us today on the Metal Meltdown, Bjorn. Definitely, like I said, keep in touch, and I hope we have many more opportunities to do this. And so, until the next time, I want to wish you and all of Circle of Silence the best of 2018. May it be a happy year and successful year, and may everything become aligned for you as far as the touring, the official release date, the videos, and the merch, everything that you need to be successful. I hope everything comes to fruition for how you want it to get done there. And I think that your fans will understand for the delay and the actual delay of this actual launch as well of the music. But when the people hear the music, they're going to appreciate it. So let's go crank up some more music off the Crimson Throne.